Hey, what's going on, everybody? Nefarious Wes here, and this is my entry for the Not So Weekly Retro Challenge that Captain Algebra is hosting for Super Smash TV on the SNES. Now, this is a game that I've been playing for a long time. I mean, I originally played it in the arcade when it was first released back in like 89, 1990. And then I really fell in love with it when I played it on the Super Nintendo in 92. And ever since then, it's been one of my favorite SNES games. It's like maybe my all-time favorite two-player co-op game. It's hard to say because I've really only been able to find one person that was willing to play this game with me. Most people that I know that I could game with don't like this game. And my guess is because they're not good at shooters. Because this game is fantastic. It is so much fun. The action never quits. So, whatever. But this is a 1 credit top score challenge. So, whoever has the highest score at the end of the first game over wins. This game is not easy, so getting far can be a challenge. The game is very random as well. Sometimes the game will give you a ton of 1-ups, and that obviously helps you out a lot. Other times you'll play the game, and the game will hardly give you any 1-ups at all. The game is just like that. It does the same thing with the keys. You need to collect enough keys to make it to the Pleasure Dome at the end of the game. And if you don't have enough keys, you miss out on the Pleasure Dome. Problem is sometimes the game simply won't give you enough keys, so you can't make it anyway. It's just completely random. So it's the same way with the 1-ups. Luckily on this run through, I got a ton of 1-ups, I think. We'll see. Either that or I just played really well. Or a combination of both. But for now, stage 1 is pretty forgiving compared to the next 2 stages where the game just starts getting brutal. But as you can see, I am picking up all kinds of different weapons. You want to pick up the prizes to earn more points. You got Mr. Shrapnel, or whatever the hell his name is, dude that blows up and shrapnel like flies all over the screen. That guy gets annoying. I try to kill those guys as soon as I can. The best weapon to use on Mr. Shrapnel is the rocket launcher there that I'm using. It kills him in 1 shot. The 3-way gun that I got right there, or spread gun, that's a really good weapon because it, it covers a lot of ground. So, I mean, there's a ton of enemies coming out, but this is nothing. This is nothing. When you get to like stage 3, your bullets don't even hit the wall. There's so many enemies. It's like every bullet that you fire is going to hit something. It gets intense. Now in the arcade, this was a twin stick shooter, so you controlled your guy with the left stick, and then you could shoot in 8 different directions with the right stick by just pressing the stick in whichever direction you wanted to fire. I actually like how it was done on the SNES better. The 4 buttons on the right side of the controller for the SNES work like a second D-pad since it's in a cross shape. I find that I can switch directions much quicker with the buttons than using 2 sticks. So I actually prefer this method on this game better. Alright, so I go to the right here to enter a secret room. All 3 stages have a secret room hidden. The reason I picked the secret room is I get prizes, so I get a lot more points. And then at the end of every secret room, there's like a secret prize that gives you a ton of points. Right there, that question mark. Alright, so here's Mr. Shrapnel, a room full of Mr. Shrapnels. I like to take those guys out in the windows there with the gun turrets, because those bullets can really get in your way. I suffered my first death there, which it was kind of a dumb death. I really shouldn't have died there. I really shouldn't die on any of the rooms in the first stage, but with Smash TV, you never know. There's always something that's gonna get you. It's really easy to make dumb mistakes on this game. So, you know, while you shouldn't die on this first stage, chances are you will. Alright, so here's the first bonus room, where they give you some prizes at the very beginning, and then it's just like any other regular room where they send in a bunch of enemies. What I really hate is when this game puts prizes over the landmines, and then you can't see the landmines, you think you're picking up a prize, and kablooey, you're dead. So, I really hate that, but it's just part of Smash TV, it's part of the game. So, sometimes you have to get a feel for where the landmines are, and if you see prizes like in the vicinity, I just ignore them. It's not worth the risk. Speaking of risks, it's funny how I'm a lot more cautious in this game when I'm playing it for like a high score challenge rather than when I play it casually. When I play this game casually, I take a ton of risks. I play just, I don't know, like I'm on a suicide mission. Like, I just don't care. So it's funny how that a score challenge will motivate me to play a little more cautious, a little more conservative, a little smarter, even though I just got bludgeoned to death right there. But yeah, I really need to play this game more cautious. I've recently discovered after doing this challenge, I'm like, man, I really need to be more cautious with this game, not play so, you know, ruthlessly, not take as many risks as I do, because I end up dying a lot because of that. Man, but somehow I've died three times in this room? Or is that twice? Like, I mean, it looks like I'm not doing very well. This is my best run. But it doesn't look like it so far. I only have 2 lives left. Like, it seems like I'm not doing very well at all. Again, I want to take the turrets out, the guys with the guns there. Got them out of the way pretty quick. And another thing with this game is you gotta pick the right weapons, you gotta pick the right accessories. One of my favorite accessories is the option that allows you to shoot twice as much. It's real easy to lose though. All it has to do is graze an enemy and you lose it. But when you have it, oh my god, it makes things so much easier. You can kill enemies so quick. Alright, that looks like that's my first one-up of the game right there. Woo! And man, that was a close one. Got another one-up right here. So that was nice. See, I'm starting to make up. Ooh, and a third one. So yeah, I mean, right there, I'm earning back all the lives that I lost. Right there. So now I'm back to where I was. So that's the good thing about this game, is when they give you one-ups. But like I said earlier, that's completely random. Sometimes this game is very stingy with the one-ups, doesn't give them to you, and you don't make it very far because of that. Alright, now it's time for Mutoid Man, the first boss in the game. This guy's pretty tough. You have to be cautious with this guy, and a lot of times patience is key with this dude. Oh, I hate those guys with the guns in the front. But I took him out quick thanks to that trusty, handy rocket launcher there. This guy can only be damaged by special weapons, so your regular gun does not hurt him. I'll still fire at him though with the regular gun, because oftentimes a special weapon will appear right where you're standing, so if I'm already shooting, like as soon as it appears, I'm damaging him. So, but as you can see, the regular bullets just bounce right off. Then you start getting a couple of Mr. Shrapnels coming out. Those shouldn't give you too much trouble because, as you can see, when I don't have a special weapon, I can go ahead and take care of Mr. Shrapnel. There's only a few. Ooh, got fried there. I almost always die at least once on Mutoid Man. This guy, I don't know, he gets you sometimes. No matter how cautious you are. Every now and then you'll slip a bit and he'll get you. So I've always wanted like a sequel to this game. I know there's Total Carnage. It's a lot like this, but man, it's just not nearly as good as this one. And of course, you know, the first game was Robotron 2084. The same people who made that game made this one. So it's very similar. Robotron 2084 though, because the graphics are so primitive, for me, it can get tough to tell what the hell things are. But then there's Robotron 64 on the Nintendo 64. I think there's even a PlayStation Robotron. And that one's really cool. It has really good music. It's really tripped out. It's just a fun game. And you can play it with 2 controllers, dual sticks, if you'd like. Or you can use the C buttons to fire in the 8 different directions, like this Smash TV game. Which is how I prefer to play it, so that's how I do it. And as you saw there, I died again on Mutoid Man. Oh, that was really dumb. What the hell was I thinking there? That was stupid. Oh man, it looks like I'm not doing well at all. It's like, how is this my best run? Because I did a run where I got past Mutoid Man with 8 lives, and that was not my best run. So it's funny how this turned out to be my best run. We'll have to see what happens later on in the game to see where I make up some ground. Now, one thing with this challenge is there was a rule where you could only practice for like 2 to 3 hours. I basically capped every run that I did. I pretty much got to my 3-hour limit. My best run was not my most recent run. But I want to say it was like my 6th run. I think I did 8 runs total. So that adds up to about 3 hours. Now, I don't know if Captain Algebra meant that you could only practice for 2 to 3 hours and then do runs, or the 2 to 3 hours was your time to do the runs. See, that's the thing about making rules like that is it's so ambiguous that everyone is going to have a different version of what those rules mean. So I just took it as you can only play the game, period, for a total to between 2 and 3 hours, just to make it fair. Alright, so there I killed Mutoid Man. I only have 1 life left. Yet somehow this is my best run. Like I mentioned earlier, I had a run where I had 8 lives after I beat Mutoid Man, and that turned out not to be my best run. So I'm curious to see how I made up the ground here in stage 2. We'll see, because you know, I did a few runs, so I can't remember exactly which run this was. You know what? While this stuff is tallying up, I'm going to let my cat out. She's kind of being a punk. She needs to be let out, and she'll start meowing and making noise if I don't let her out. I'll be right back. Alright, so here on stage 2, with this room, with these enemies, period, it's safe to hang out in the corner. It's almost like a safe spot. Those lasers won't hit you if you're down in the corner. You really shouldn't be moving around like I am, but I guess I was getting impatient. If you just stay down in the corner and just fire diagonally and then up and to the right when you get the opportunity, you should be able to make it through this room without dying at all. So I avoid the prizes, I avoid the weapons. If there's a 1-up that's across the other side of the room, I won't even bother with it. It hurts to not pick up those speed power-ups. Those help out a lot. These enemies are a little tricky, but luckily there's not too many. Now these little droids, or whatever the hell they are, these little robots, I hate these guys. They're fast. They are really fast. Their movements can be unpredictable at times. As you can see, they kind of zigzag around. It's easy to get pinned into a corner with these guys because they're so quick. And they're coming out from all the doors. Ooh, boy, did I need that 1-up. And it gets hectic. It's real hectic. Another 1-up. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, going for it. Nice. There's a speed power-up. Can I get it? Oh, I got it. See, I love those speed power-ups. They are so helpful. And then, yeah, I do that. Boy. How demoralizing. Alright, so this stage has 2 bonus rooms in it to get twice as many prizes. So that's good. That's more points. Man, but I love everything about this game. Like, I really like the music. The music is better than the arcade version. I love the sound effects. I love the sound of the gun shooting. I love the sound of the enemies when they explode. This game is just action-packed. Man, how is this my best run? I'm doing like, it looks like I'm doing terrible. Yeah, they're giving me a lot of one-ups now. The game started off only giving me a few. And then they gave me, like, what, 3 in that one room. And now they're giving me a bunch again. But, man, I'm getting killed a lot. I'm starting to get worried that I deleted my best run and this is the wrong one. Oh, there's another one up, though. Yeah, they're getting... It's Christmas time here in the Smash TV studio because I am earning quite a few one-ups here. Look, another one. Alright, well, I'm starting to get a feel now why this ended up being my best run. It looks like it's because I got a lot of one-ups here. I swear that I did a better run than this skill-wise. I probably just didn't get as many one-ups. I mean, look, I'm back to 6. I was down to 1. I only had 1 life when I entered the stage, and I have 6. Alright, so here's these enemies again. Now, like I said, I like to stay in the corner with these guys. The only problem with this room is those tank enemies come in shooting bullets, so you kind of need to take those guys out. That was dumb, right there. Take advantage of that shield. That's for sure. You're definitely gonna take advantage of that. Am I gonna go get that? Yep. It's a wise decision, too. Man, do you have any idea how much I would love to be able to play this game online with somebody? Like, really, the only person I've ever really played this game with is my best friend, who I've known pretty much all my life. And we've been playing this game since '92. He's really the only person I've ever played this game with. I remember in my senior year of high school, I made friends with this one guy. And I was like, sweet, someone else I can play Smash TV with. So I popped this game in, and I was like, let's play it. I was telling him how good it was. He had never played it before. I swear to God, 5 minutes into the game, he's like, I don't like this game. Fucking whiner. Dude was a pussy. Needless to say, he wasn't my friend for very long. Now this room here, these are fast. That's a very accurate description of these enemies because, man, this is probably the room where I die the most on this entire stage, minus the boss Scarface, because that guy, man, he kills me a lot. This room, and then they got one of those corners shut off there, as you can see, so that makes it like so much more difficult. If this were an open square, this room here, I have no doubt that this room would be way easier. But unfortunately, they cut off a quarter of it, so it makes it a lot more difficult. But you know what? I only died twice in that room. That was pretty good. I mean, it's not pretty good. It's adequate. But considering that I have died more than 2 times in that room before, I'll take it. Alright, so this rocket launcher is awesome against these guys because one rocket will take the entire snake out. Man. There's some dumb deaths here. This is definitely not my best run skill-wise. That is for sure. Like, I had another run I want to say it was that same run where I got to this stage with 8 lives. I did way better. I think the 1-ups just dried up after a while, though. See, I lost that option. That sucks, but, you know, I got the shield, so you can take out enemies with the shield. Got another 1-up. That's good. I'm back to 3 lives. Now, with these guys, there's like so many, and kind of like the other androids, they have really unpredictable movements where they just kind of wave around. Ooh, a shield. Yeah, there we go. Gotta love that spread gun. That 3-way. Get that shield, dude. Get the shield. All right. Another 1-up. That was risky to grab that shield, but it was worth it because, look, I cleared out the room with it. All right, here's the second secret room. Now, I have all these memorized. I don't even remember how I learned about these secret rooms or whatever. Like I said, I've been playing this game since '92, so I know it pretty well. In fact, on a different channel, before I started my own channel, I actually made a video showing where all the secret rooms were, like all the locations. But that was on a channel that I don't want to be associated with. It wasn't my channel, it was someone else's channel. So, I'm not going to promote it any further than that. I really wish they would delete all my videos that I made. But they're not going to delete the ones that make them money, so. So this is just like that other room, the These Are Fast room, where that lower left corner is blocked off there. Really, the key to these guys is just to keep moving, but it's very easy to get trapped into a corner because these guys are so damn fast. But when you pick up items like what I have right now, the shield, or not the shield, but whatever those like saw blades are spinning around, it also protects the option that I have, so I'm still able to fire twice as many shots without letting these guys get too close. Of course, you use twice as much ammo, you know, twice as fast when you pick up a special weapon with the option. But look how much easier it's making things with that second stream of bullets. I mean, yeah, that helped me a lot right there. All right, so here we are at the second bonus room. So another opportunity to pick up some more points. Yeah, there's some landmines hidden under those gifts there. Not going near that shit. Alright, so still got the option, and the option will stay with you until you lose it. So, like, I've gone through like 3 rooms before where I've had the same option. It's that helpful. best thing you can do when you have the little option is pick up those yellow saw blades, rotating saw blades. It protects you. As you can see, the radius is a little bit greater than the radius of the actual option, so it's protected. I mean, every now and then an enemy will sneak through, but for the most part, the rotating yellow blades, you'll be fine. Now, the grenades are very powerful, but sometimes I avoid them because they don't have a lot of range. They don't cover the entire screen like the other weapons do. Lost my option. It was a good run while I had it. Man, it's just like, God, I gotta clear all these enemies out. Thank God they're giving me more 1-ups. Back up to 5. Grab that shield. Hell yeah. So, I think I only died, what, once or maybe twice in this? No, I think just once in that room, so that's not too bad. Slaughter them. See, I'll grab that option. Nice. Nice. Oh, but see, yeah, with enemies like these where the patterns are very unpredictable, yeah, an option isn't going to last too long. Boy, that was risky. Yeah, see, I paid for it. I went after that speed power-up, and then what happened? I got myself trapped into a corner. So, see, I was playing a little riskier on this one, and that's normally how I play. I play very risky. I take a lot of risks with this game. I found myself playing a lot more careful, a lot more conservative for this challenge, but I would revert to my old habits every now and then. But sometimes the risks pay off, so I mean, you know, you gotta take risks sometimes. But boy, I still don't see how this was my best run. I'm dying so much. But look at that score. I mean, you can't argue with that score. Doing fairly well. Alright, so here we go. More of these enemies where I like to camp in the corner. They'll be coming again. A lot of tanks in this stage, which makes things a lot more difficult. But the tanks, they're not too bad. But here's the thing, is when you're trapped in the corner because of these turtle enemies, whatever you want to call them, that's where dodging the bullets can kind of be a pain in the ass, and then trying to shoot them from across the room, too, while you got, you know, all these other enemies flying around, getting in the way of your bullets, can impede your path to taking out the tank guys, so... And this is one of those games where you kind of have to have, like, your left eye on one side of the screen and your right eye on, like, everything else, like, or like one eye on your guy, and then your other eye, like, watching everything else. It's one of those games. So that, I mean, that's why, you know, in 2-player mode, it's a lot more fun, because you got another player to take out the enemies that you can't see or you can't get to. So here I am at the boss. I have no lives left. Scarface. This guy kills me a lot, so, you know, the fact that I got here with no lives, I knew this wasn't going to last too long. So I'm still racking up some points, though, so... But yeah, I mean, the guy is fast. He outruns you a lot. And I think I lasted pretty damn long for that. So anyway, that's my run. Hopefully I win. Thanks, Captain Algebra, for hosting this.